Hello, I'm Michael Saad, and I'll be explaining the causes. So, gun control, especially today, has been a huge and rising issue, especially amongst the modern culture. But what we know of its deadly outcomes, what do we suspect from its causes? What we suspect is these causes can actually be more mental than they are physical. For example, the NCBI states that the vast majority of people with serious mental health issues or deficiencies are themselves nonviolent. But it's funny how in over half of the mass shooting cases in the US, there has been a mental illness diagnosed on the person, on the suspect. For instance, in the Columbine and in the shooting in Newton, Connecticut, suspects were both determined to have mental illnesses preceding the shooting. They should never had access to a weapon or been able to get that weapon, but that's another story. So, another probable cause would be influence. Now, influence especially among video games or movies today. So, in December of 2012, the NRA, National Rifles Association, the CEO had stated that isn't fascinating about killing people as a way to get your kicks the filthiest form of pornography. And basically what he meant from this was, isn't it funny how in games you kill people and get rewarded for it? Now, this recyclable killing process is what people utterly believe is what renders in these people's minds. Now, many believe this type of mindset is what influences people to get their firearms and do such acts along with this. And because of how easy it is to attain one with the modern laws and systems, it is actually could be deadly. So, matter of fact, there was actually two movies, The American Psycho and The Natural Born Killers. These movies were both received a lot of hate due to the amount of violence and unnecessary violence presented in the movies. They received a lot of pushback and were utterly forced to change their rating to a rated R movie so that only people 18 plus can view it. Now, going back a little bit to the Columbine shooting, and the killers, Dylan Harris and Eric, were actually said to be active, avid gamers. With the influence of violence, it comes with these. It may span from years of pent-up aggression, and their first experiences as young kids could have been with video games that were violent or movies that were violent. Now, according to Harvard Health Publishing, young people before the 18 are the most impressionable when it comes to technology and violence. They ran a study from 12 to 17-year-olds that stated they played and preferred violent games to rather adventurous or games that didn't have an objective of killing people. This shows how much of an impact that violence and these games have on children and how applicable they could be to these children. It also shows the direction of a more aggressive state within these children. Games such as first-person shooters that allow you to interact and look like you are holding the gun firsthand. These games such as Call of Duty, Rainbow Six Siege, etc., they've all been placed on a scale and given ratings so that they actually have restrictions to when you can buy them. The only way they can access games that are first-person shooters is if an adult, a parent, someone over the age of 18 buys it for them. Now, this is a decision for any parent or anybody who wants to get their kid involved in violent video games like that, but it's all a personal choice. Now, in conclusion, I would like to say that this is the causes of what makes up these mental health issues and what makes these acts of violence come out of people in these forms of mass shootings. Thank you.